Hello, everyone. This is Tom McCaffrey. Welcome to the show. Last Exit to Brooklyn, LE2B. Rate and review this podcast and subscribe and join our Patreon, Last Exit to Brooklyn. Okay, so what I'm going to do today, finally, is talk about this Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I know that no one's talking about this, so I'll be the first. So, the trial's not going on this week, which is a total bummer because now I have to watch fucking just regular TV, things that are produced for TV. It's really boring. Like, I'm watching Ozark and it's like, man, not nearly as much star power as this Johnny Depp trial. It's really hard to go from like a TV show. First of all, it's really nice to see Johnny Depp doing TV again. He hasn't done TV since 21 Jump Street. And it's really good. He hasn't lost any of his screen presence. I wonder if that's the biggest bummer to him about this whole thing is that he has to do TV again because he always hated TV. It's like, oh God, I'm streaming. This is just a tangent, but one thing I always thought that was really, I like Johnny Depp a lot, but one thing that was annoying to me about him is whenever he went in, and a lot of actors do this, whenever he went on interviews, like he went on interview shows and they interviewed him, they'd be like, so have you seen the movie? And he always had the same reaction. He did that thing where he's like, I haven't seen the movie. You know, they're like, oh, you're going to see it? Oh, no, I'm never going to see it. And like, why not? I never watch anything I'm in. I just don't like to look at myself on screen. Like, he hates attention. And he always says like, well, once I'm done with the movie, it's really none of my business, you know, like I'm not gonna, you know, I just think that's so, I mean, is that true? I guess that could be true, but it just seems very pretentious. Like, yeah, I'm this guy who's amazing at this thing and star in movies, but I can't watch myself be amazing. It's horrible. But it's also nice to think that maybe Johnny Depp actually also is insecure like Johnny Depp, you know, like you'll see yourself or listen to yourself, you know, on tape, or you see yourself in the video and you're like, oh God, I look so horrible. I mean, I think for most people that's true, but it's not for Johnny Depp. But even he has that complex of like, oh God, I look so horrible. God, look at those perfect cheekbones. Oh my God, look at that perfect face. Not that I'm like, you know, a Johnny Depp freak, but you know, Johnny Depp is one of those dudes that kind of looks amazing on camera. The camera just kind of like is in love with him. But anyway, I always think that's funny when actors do that. They're like, oh, I don't watch my movies. I don't like looking at myself. You know, I don't like the spotlight. Like, really? So, but why are you starring in movies then? Because you don't like attention? So, okay. This Amber Heard testimony, you know, everyone really hates her. I didn't realize how much people, like, I never really knew who Amber Heard was. Like, I knew who she was, but I feel like I've seen her in like 3 things, which I think it's so weird that everyone hates her so much. But I guess what it is more is that they like him so much. It's kind of like having this friend you've known for years that you love and know well, and then like they start dating some shitty woman that you don't know. And you're just kind of like, I don't like this. I don't like his new girlfriend. What's her problem? She seems really annoying. She's always complaining. She seems like a real whiny bitch. I think she's just using him for his fame and 18 houses. Must be so hard for someone like Johnny Depp to date people, because it's like, how could Johnny Depp meet someone anymore who just genuinely likes him for his personality? They can't. That's why it's like, he can get drunk every day and like break everything in the kitchen and destroy everything in the room. And the chicks are still like, yeah, no, I'm still in this. This is cool. It's the only guy who can get away with it. Johnny Depp could show up to his first date on a dating app and just like punch the waiter in the face and destroy the restaurant and like throw a drink in the woman's face. And she'd be like, okay, you ready to go back to your castle? So I think that's what it is. I think the problem with that Amber Heard's going to have now is that she picked the guy that she's going, you know, through this with, and that she's kind of, you know, attacking, or making claims against is such a beloved icon who's been around for so long, and so many people have grown up with him. I mean, I've known who Johnny Depp was since I was like 15, and he was immediately like a huge star, and everyone like loved it. And he never really got in trouble before this. He never really got in any trouble. He was always kind of like thought of as being, and I feel like he just did everything perfectly. Like, he was very like he was aloof but like polite kind of, and like he was a bad boy, but he was like sensitive. He seemed like he didn't take himself too seriously. Like, he was a really successful actor, but he seemed to kind of like be humble about it, and think he wasn't that good at it. It's that thing of like, he didn't seem to have an ego. He's like, yeah, no, like, I remember seeing him in like interviews years ago, and they'd be like, yeah, I mean, you're like this huge star. And he's like, I don't really think of myself as a star. I'm just this normal guy, who like has 50 houses and, drinks $4,000 worth of wine every day. I'm just trying to live my life. But so Amber Heard just kind of showed up like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, was in maybe like 3 things. And then she's just kind of like, yeah, and just taking him down, and basically. And I do think it's weird that every woman that he's dated in the past, a lot of them have come forward and been like, oh yeah, that he was never ever violent. Which I don't really believe it, because there was one, I know specifically there was a time when he destroyed a hotel room, and I think Kate Moss was there. So he was never violent except for the time he destroyed the hotel room, because he was in a bad mood. That's where you know your life is awesome, that you're just able to, like, when you get mad, you can just destroy rooms and it's fine. Even though he did get arrested. I remember when he got arrested, this was like in 1995. It was like a big story. And like, I remember when he got arrested, they had footage of him being arrested and like taken in handcuffs out of the hotel. And he like, he looked cool even just being arrested. Like he was wearing an outfit that like, I guess he just threw together because he was being arrested. But like, if I worked like 5 hours today, I couldn't put together an outfit that cool and look that cool, effortlessly cool. He's wearing this like cool knit cap, and he has like sunglasses, and he has like a suede jacket and a t-shirt, and he's like, he's handcuffed. And I always thought, like, there's sometimes, like, I always thought it, like, more when I was younger, like, I thought certain celebrities looked cool when they were being arrested. That's kind of an interesting. They should have like, I wonder if they do, like, have stylists for celebrities when they get arrested. They're like, all right, we're gonna take you in. And they're like, all right, and then the stylist just is on call and shows up. Okay, before you take him in, all right, I'm gonna do something to his hair. Because a lot of times the mug shots they take, they look amazing, and you know what I mean. It's like, they're like, yeah, we found him drunk, passed out in his own vomit on the street. Yeah, here's his picture. Here's a mug shot we took, and it just looks better than, like, if I was like in full makeup taking like professional pictures. But I guess that's their job, is just looking awesome in any situation. So on the stand, she cried a lot, and a lot of people are attacking her, and I get it, but I hadn't watched all of her testimony at first, but I've been watching a lot of it, and sometimes it does seem like she's laying it on thick, and it does seem not genuine. Like, it seems like she's pushing. There's like a little bit of overacting happening. And I'm sure his lawyers trained him and rehearsed him like really, they probably did it ad nauseum, because he's really cool when he was on the stand. Like, he had a lot of shit coming at him. He had to listen to like texts that he had sent about, calling her like, calling her a cunt, like a bitch. And he's just like, okay. Like, I'm sure they were like, don't ever get rattled. You can't show that you're ever mad. And also, like, when a lot of people have been insulting him because they're like, I can't believe, like, he's just, like, drawing on the desk. Like, he won't even look at her. It's like, what is he supposed to do? Like, this woman is, like, 5 feet away from in front of him, like, trashing his reputation, basically saying over and over that I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, just sitting in a room and having it, especially if they're lying, which apparently, I don't know, like, he says she's lying. But I mean, is it possible she's just making all of it up? That's really fucking crazy. Like, if it's not true, what she's saying, that is fucking crazy that she's able to, like, she really is a sociopath then. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I was thinking it's kind of like the Rashomon effect where, like, there's something in the middle. I don't know. I mean, a lot of things are coming out about Johnny Depp that I didn't know. I didn't know he was like a coke addict and, hated and like tried to cut himself with knives and stuff. One thing I noticed too, I think a lot of people are talking about is Johnny Depp's lawyers just objecting all the time to the almost to the point where it's like where I'm getting mad about it. It's like they're ruining my TV show. Like she'll be talking and they'll just be like, objection, objection, hearsay. That's a big one they say. I'm a lawyer and I kind of know what that means. Hearsay is basically like offering it for the to assert the truth of the matter, what someone else said. Like saying like, well, they said this, and saying like, so it's true. I know it's true because they said it. So you can't do that. That's hearsay. I'm sure everyone already knew that. I don't know if everyone knew it. It seems kind of a little self-explanatory, but they're saying that speculation, unresponsive, no response. That's another one, which I think is like when the witness is talking and then the lawyer's just kind of letting them go on and on. But I will say, they don't really have this is the closest courtroom testimony in real life that has come close to like what it looks like in a movie or on TV. They break down crying. I mean, what really helps court cases, real ones, is like when you have good actors and compelling actors with a lot of charisma in the trial. We need a lot more, celebrities in these trials because a lot of times they're just kind of boring and people aren't very good at them. I do think it's funny because they seem to be like relishing being on the stand because they were on the stand for days and they just seem to love it. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard because they're just total, narcissists at the end of it because they're actors and yeah, it's funny. The other people who aren't actors who are just regular people, like they'll come on. Like one of them was like a police officer, detective, and he just came up. The guy who was in his car and seemed mad that he had to be there. Just like, oh God. I think that's so funny. I was talking about this before, like when people are in these huge trials, just random regular people who kind of get caught up in it. They're kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time or whatever. And then they're in the spotlight and they didn't ask to be. And they always seem really put out and annoyed. Like they're just like, oh God, I don't want to be here. And to me, it always seemed like that would be kind of cool to be like just some regular dude. And then all of a sudden you're like, you're like a star witness against like a huge celebrity, like in an OJ murder trial, like, so, you clean O.J. Simpson's toilets, right? For $4 an hour? Yeah, that's right. So, tell us about when you saw him running home holding a bloody knife. Oh, God. This is so annoying. Can we hurry this up? I gotta get back to my toilet cleaning job. I'm really put out here. My life is really exciting. Like, just fucking testify, this is the coolest thing that's ever going to happen to you. You could probably parlay it into I feel like these days you could probably, like, if you were a witness in a big trial like this, that counts as like a TV credit. You know what I mean? Like, I've like actually been in showbiz and like as a performer, I don't have any credits as big as that fucking shit. Like, I wish I would witness, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp beating the shit out of each other. Maybe I'll do that now. Maybe I'll just try and like find celebrities getting into trouble so I can be in the trial. I feel like for me, that'd be so awesome to just be like, so Tom, what are you up to? You got any projects coming up? Oh yeah, I'm actually testifying in the Johnny Depp trial. Really? How'd you get that? I just, right place at the right time. I happened to see Johnny Depp doing cocaine and on a plane and smacking Amber Heard in the face repeatedly, or not smacking her, so I have to testify. It's really annoying. I'm right after the police officer that doesn't want to be there. It's really funny when, in her testimony, when she's kind of going through, like, meeting him, she keeps kind of, like, And it makes her look almost more insane and sociopathic, how she can kind of shift from one extreme emotion to the other, like these huge swings, which make it look even more fake, because she'll be like, I met Johnny and he's just so great. And we talked about poems, and he loved wine and I loved wine, and we just loved to sit around and talk about poems. And he thought I was so deep, and it's like, what, you were like 20 years old. Oh yeah, I'm sure he thought you were deep. It had nothing to do with you being fucking hot as shit. I told him that I liked poems, and then he liked poems, and we drank. God, and I loved this man. So she keeps saying over and over, like, there's this one section where she's like, I love this man. Oh God, I loved him. We fell in love. And then she's like, and then the next day he threw something. I was like, I hate that fucking asshole. Like, she's like, and then he got really annoying. He was breaking stuff all the time, like, she's like, and he had 15 houses, and he had one time we were on his private island that he owned in the Bahamas, and then he threw a glass and it hit my head. It hit the wall near my head, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. This guy's shit. I can't take this anymore. And it's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, just suck it up, man. Like, this guy has 15 houses. Like, yeah, it really sounds like hell. Like, oh God, and then he took me to his own. This guy owns an island in the Bahamas, like, and 15 houses, and he's fucking really. He's like a smoke show, and he's the most talented performer of his generation, and he's charismatic and whatever. It's like, no, but he's just. I didn't like that he broke. So it's like, how many women date dudes who just like will hit them in the face, and they have no houses. They don't own any islands. Just hitting them in the face, and they just have like a 1-bedroom apartment. I feel like you got to kind of like give and take a little. Like, it's like, all right, he's the biggest movie star in the world. He's a millionaire. He has his own island in the Bahamas. Yeah. All right, so he gets drunk every now and throws glasses at my face. Okay. I can make some concessions. Like, nothing, my point is nothing's going to be perfect, like, who's the next guy you're going to date? I guess you started dating. You think James Franco doesn't have any bad days? I'm so glad I left Johnny Depp. Now I'm dating James Franco. He has his shit so much more together than Johnny Depp. She dated Elon Musk. I mean, that guy literally is like insane. He's like, I guess he's on the spectrum. He just looks like he looks like, it looks like he'd be like dating Rain Man. I'm so glad I got away from Johnny Depp. Now I'm dating Rain Man. So, Alon, what do you want to do? I just want to stare at the wall and count to 1,000,000 and buy another company. Oh, cool. All right. I think I'm going to go back to the other guy who was a little more exciting, the guy who threw glasses at my face. So yeah, that was fun. And then they had a lot of people right before her. She's like the big. First of all, I can't wait to get to the cross-examination, because them talking about the dumping and the crapping on the bed. I mean, that is just gonna be. That should be like the season finale. Just fucking like. It feels like that's what they're doing with this trial. They're treating it like how they do series now, where they're doing the first half and then taking a break. Like, this is the end of the first half of the season. Now we're gonna come back, and on the next half, we're gonna be talking about when she took a dump on the bed. Like, how is she gonna explain her way out of that? I guarantee she's just gonna be like, it was a joke. It was the dog. It wasn't me. It was a joke. It wasn't that much. I mean, if that's true, that's fucking crazy. I guess it was her shit, and she said it was a joke. Like, that's a weird joke. I never heard a joke like that. Like, hey man, I got a great joke for you. Oh, what is it? Knock knock. Who's there? Me, with my pants off. I'm gonna take a shit on your bed. That's the punchline? Yeah, that's it. That's the joke. You're not good at telling jokes. Yeah, whatever. Oh, so they had another guy on. I guess they had before her. They had Johnny's agents on, and that seemed so pointless. They were like asking him basically like, So how does it work in Hollywood? Like, if you're a famous movie star and you're in a huge franchise, and then someone says, a lot of people say you're a wife beater, is that good for your film career? And he's like, no, it's bad. Like, if you have a job and then it comes out in public that you beat your wife, yeah, they don't like that at jobs. Well, can you explain further? I feel like it was pretty clear, but like I'll just like for example, like let's say you had a job somewhere, and then the next day, someone wrote an article saying that you beat up your wife. You probably wouldn't keep that job, your job at Taco Bell. Um, yeah, because of the beating up your wife. I think they don't like that at jobs. Um, yeah, so that's pretty hilarious. I think that's it. I'm like I said, I'm really looking forward to this next episode coming next week, and I'm gonna be giving my opinion as it goes ad nauseum. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Please rate and review LE2B Last Exit to Brooklyn on Spotify and all that stuff, Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.